there is some information that is not included in the packet enough for me to make a decision. So I think my question to you is, if this is delayed to the next council meeting, would that be enough time to provide the additional information, and would that not affect you negatively as far as the loan with Guapo?
The interesting part of this is that we have been working on this loan for almost the last 8 months. And what happened was when our executive director passed away, it kind of just, everything went down, not down the tubes, everything just came to a standstill. And like I said, then when I was appropriated the position to continue to take over, there is a deadline that we've been working with, because this has gone on so long, and I had wanted this to be placed on the agenda at the beginning at your first meeting because of the time constraints on this. And I'm not here to force anything upon you, but they did give us a deadline for Monday the 23rd. But I would, you're the final decision, and maybe an option could be that you would approve it as long on the condition that we did speak with staff and do it. I mean, I could go back to the master, but it's kind of hard for us right now. I mean, we're saying we're in a time constraint. I mean, we've been doing this since May, and it's upon us now.
Are you willing to give the 100% of the proceeds to pay?
Well, that would have to be a board decision. Right now, they're willing to go on half, 50%, whatever we sell the house for.
Can we get a board together between now and Monday?
But that was that. At the same time, and it's really interesting because of the concept that we're talking about right now is, the way our situation is right now, we could also use part of that money to continue working and moving our CCAC along. But if that is what you are asking, I can go back to the board of directors and ask them if they want. We're looking forward to be able to utilize some of that money to continue our program there for our vocational school also. And again, because money is short right now. One of the things that just to kind of switch away is that we're waiting for the approval from the U.S. Department of Education to authorize this financial student aid. And once that happens, then our programs can really go into full swing, and money will start coming in. And as a matter of fact, we got a phone call this morning with one foot in the door already, and we just got to provide a little bit of documentation. And we've been doing this for the last 3 months since March, working with the U.S. Department of Education out of Washington, D.C. And just this morning we got that call. So I am here at your behest. I mean, if you decide that you want 100% of the sale proceeds from the property that we're taking a loss on, right? You it out there, then I can go back to my board and ask them and see if they want. But I mean, at the same time, what I'm asking is the same thing. Here it is. Here we are again, and we could utilize some of that money. That's why the board was willing to say half. And in actuality, we don't even know if it's going to sell. The guy's been approved and everything, and we're just going through the motions right now. He signed the paperwork, so we're just waiting for it to go into escrow. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, if that is what you want, that I go back to my board and ask them to give the house to you guys to pay down these loans, well, then I have no other choice, because we are caught between a rock and a hard place, and we need to move forward. And what we're doing here is, like I said, and I'll repeat it until, I keep on repeating until I get tired. This is for our seniors and our community that we work so hard for, and that's what we want to do. I mean, all I can say is talk about what the CC has done for the city of Calexico in partnership with you guys. We're asking a request for you to help us to get through our hard times also. And if we can do this, I'm pretty sure, and I can't say 100% sure, but I know that the CCAC, we're in the right steps. We're processing fine the way we want to, and pretty soon we're going to be able to have monies available, finances and resources to be able to give back to the city. And that's what I'm asking, is for you to take that into consideration whatever you decide, it's up to you. I mean, you know.
Is there a motion then to move this along then, with that condition, or so we?
I would make a motion to move this along, as you meet with Rosalind and get her the information she feels comfortable with, advising us that this is a good deal, and if you can get with your board and say, either we transfer the property to the RDA to pay down the debt and let us handle the sale of the property, or you provide 100% proceeds to pay down the debt. Essentially, you're paying down the debt.
Right, I understand that.
So,
could we look at something like 50? I'm just saying, I know you guys want 100% of that. I mean, at the same time, CCC would love some operating capital.
you think you are? There's a saying, with us, not us. I mean, that's all we want to make sure it happens. You know your position, you know your responsibilities, and we know our position, our responsibilities, and we can look. Everybody else that's not a senior citizen and say, look, we made the best deal we could.
So I understand that. So
that's my motion.
So the motion would be, let me, before you go and take the vote, but if it's at all possible, if you can approve it, as long as we meet the conditions that you're asking for.
So
that way I could tell the bank that, we have a conditional approval also. If that would work something to that point?
Well, you would probably tell the bank to contact Rosalind as a second position, and that we're requesting information from you just to solidify if we're going to take the second position under what condition.
Okay, well, I have it till Monday.
Corbin, is there a second just for discussion, so we go to
I
Jennifer?
would second it to discussion.
Okay, Jennifer, you want to say something?
Well, I was just wanting to clarify, is the motion going to require that action come back to you, or are you saying you're going to approve it tonight based on, okay, so it needs to come back to council. Okay. I just want to clarify so that staff knows that they're going to do the due diligence and then they're going to bring it back for an actual
But they're in a time,
action item.
They're in a time space.
The bank, if they're told to contact RDA because we hold the second position, they can't just assume that we just do it. If we are the second position note holder, we need our time to just make sure that all the dots are, as I said, that everything's in place. And I'm sure they could give us an extension.
Well, I'll talk to them tomorrow, but now my question would come into this place. We're going to bring it back then. Councilwoman Velasco and Mayor Winston won't be at the next meeting.
Unless we had it.
We have two members present now that have been listening to the whole conversation.
We have three of them.
Right.
I'd like to suggest that if you get the information ready before, you're welcome to bring it back to us and have a special meeting.
Sure.
Before the end of the month too, because I know you have some time constraints with getting the loan with Waffles, so if you need that, that's
Oh, a
fine.
special meeting too for that one item.
Okay.
If they want to do it.
Also, if you're asking them to make a decision on the proceeds of the sale, they need to take action. Obviously one or two members can't speak for the whole board, and they would need to bring that back to you to show you to.
All in favor of that motion, think about saying aye. Aye. Okay.
Thank you very much.
All right. Let us go. Las Palmas, Home Park for consideration of MOU. Number 16, who's going to start it off? Mr. Villa. There they were. Oh, there she is. Yeah, good. Front and center. What is your name?
Sabrina Barber.
Oh, that's right, Sabrina. How are you? You're an engineer, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Armando.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the City Council. What we have before you today is a proposed memorandum of understanding with Las Palmas Home Park. As you know, the property is located on Old Road, and there's a buffer and within the northern boundaries of the city. The proposed requested MOU has several components. You have a copy of the MOU before you. I'm going to go ahead and give you an overview of some of these major components. There needs to be a document that means of understanding what the obligations of the developer are versus what the city needs to do, and also there's a